Hi, I was watching the Slyest Fox's last video, and she was showing off her blackberry pies, which she made from scratch. Even picked the berries herself. That's pretty impressive. So I decided that I would make a response, and I'm going to make English Trifle. The first thing you're going to do is start with a glass bowl. You're going to want a large one. You can do it in individual cups if you like, but I'm going to do one big one. Now you want a big bowl because I'll be doing it in 3 layers, and you'll want a bowl that's pretty broad on the bottom. I like to do it that way because the bottom layer is actually my favorite part. It's something about the texture, the way it feels in the mouth, and the raspberry flavor is just awesome. So the next step is sponge cake. You can use angel food cake in a pinch, but it's denser and it's just not the same thing. So really look hard for sponge cake. I actually went to 4 different grocery stores before I found exactly what I was looking for. Now the particular sponge cake that I found, it's 2 layers, and it's a bit too big, so I will have to do some cutting to modify it to make it fit properly and have the right height. Now the next step is the Jello. I'm using raspberry Jello. The one I'm making is pretty much the way my mom made it, with a few extras, but there are so many different versions. You just have to go on the internet. You're going to find tons of them. You can make them up yourself. It's just, you can really go nuts. So I'm using 2 because of the size of my bowl, and 1 isn't enough, 2 is too many, so just you'll pour in as much as you need and stop there. Okay, so now we're ready to pour in the Jello. Remember that sponge cake is a sponge. It will absorb, but it'll also float. Just pour it right over the middle. Let it run through. Yeah, it's starting to expand. Let's see. Yeah, this time it took the whole thing. Let me just check. That's pretty good. Now because it does float, I use a saucer, just place it on top, and that'll weigh it down. Perfect. Now when you put it in the fridge to set, just remember your fridge might not be level, so get down to eye level and take a look, and if it isn't level, then just put something underneath the edge to get it right. Okay, we're ready for the second layer. The first layer is set. Here we go. Now for the second layer, we'll use Dr. Oetker's pudding. Make sure it's the pudding. Don't make a mistake and pick up the jelly by mistake. You won't be happy. 1 raspberry and 1 almond, both of them together. Now it says on the back, for each one, 2 to 4 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to the extreme, so I'm going 4. So that's 8 tablespoons of sugar, and altogether 4 cups of milk. Almost forgot. Kind of got ahead of myself. You're going to want 1 large can of sliced peaches. I use this because you want to save the juice. You're going to have a special purpose for that on the top layer. Now, strain it out and then pick out the not so pretty ones for this layer. The nicer slices, you're going to want to save those for the top so it looks really, really nice. So there we have the peaches on top of the Jello sponge cake layer. Okay, here we go. Just going to pour that right over that. Okay, now I'll just spread it about, make sure it's all nice and even. Oh, that smells so good. Oh, wow. Perfect. Okay, so we'll just put that back in the fridge to set, and then tomorrow morning we'll do the top layer. Now, the next stage is custard. We use Bird's custard powder. It's the only one I know of. You should be able to find it pretty much anywhere and everywhere. We're making a double batch again because of the size of the bowl. Now there's Bird's custard sauce and Bird's custard dessert. Follow the recipe for the custard dessert. So a double batch will be 4 tablespoons of custard powder, 8 tablespoons of custard powder, 8 tablespoons of sugar, and a total of 5 cups of milk. Okay, the custard is made, so let's just pour that right out. This is actually probably the simplest part. This is just a matter of making a batch of custard and spooning it out. Smooth that out a little bit. And there you go. 3 layers. Look at that, steaming hot. Let's get it, it's not quite level. Okay, so we'll put that in the fridge to set, and then we'll be back in a little bit for the decoration. Don't go away. Okay, so here we are at the final stage, decorating. We have our 3 layers. It's raspberry jello and sponge cake on the bottom, raspberry and almond pudding in the middle, and custard on top. We have sliced kiwi, blackberries, strawberries, and peach slices. So let's get on with the show. Well, here it is, everybody. English trifle, sweet and delicious. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.